The quarterback of the football Giants is Eli Manning. Eli, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
All right, Eli. Not a great Monday nighter. The follow-up, the first game. What's your overall thoughts?
I thought, we did some things better, and had a couple nice tries, but just not good enough. We're not scoring enough points, not converting enough third downs, and just not getting into a good rhythm with the offense. So we got to do a better job of doing that, and we'll get back to work. I thought we're kind of right in the game the whole time, and obviously the punt return kind of hurt. We're just down 7, and with plenty of time that put us down 14. But it was going to be one of those tough games, and and keep it close, and hopefully you can make a couple plays in the fourth quarter and get the win. But we didn't have that opportunity.
Eli, you've been through everything. You've seen everything. You're not going to panic. You're going to stay the course here. You've seen everything that can possibly happen through the years, and you've seen teams rebound. Couple of things are alarming here. Some of the stuff that dates back to last year when you guys were slumping late in the season. Drops again last night. Suspect offensive line play. And I don't expect you to go after your teammates, but you know what? On the first drive of every game I've seen this year, you've been pounded on one of the first couple of plays. That cannot be a nice way to start the games.
No, and we got to do a good job of getting out of the gate faster, and you can't afford to get have sacks or on the first series. So we got to find ways to get completions, get going, get all our weapons the ball early, get them touches, and just get into a rhythm, and help the offensive line, and help everybody just kind of calm down, and you can't just start going backwards and start the sack early on. So we got to do a better job, and that's myself, receivers, offensive line, everybody has their part in a sack. It's not you can't just say it's the offensive line's fault. That goes on everybody. Making good reads, your first options, getting open on a timely fashion, and all those things. So we can especially this week going against Philadelphia. They got a great front four. We got to do a good job, find ways to get the ball out on time.
Well, listen, you're being generous. Only 1 of the 5 sacks was a coverage sack. There was one that was where you held it a long time. The other ones you had no chance on, there's no question. So it was only 1 of the 5, and they didn't do it with any blitzing, so they were doing it against so that meant there were a lot of guys in coverage last night. Did you sense that because of the fact they didn't have to blitz, that it was hard to get guys to shake free last night because they did have a lot of guys in coverage?
Well, it's just a matter of we're gonna have to throw the ball down the field a little bit, or it's just tough. When they are just rushing forward, they're playing more zones. Maybe your first read doesn't always win, and when that happens, you got to get your second and third guys got to win. That's just that's why teams play zone. If it's man to man, a lot of times your first option can win and be open. When they are playing zone, they're trying to take away those throwing lanes and make you hold the ball and let guys let routes. You need routes to develop, and that's how you beat the zones. And so and in some cases we were able to do that, make some plays. And some we just weren't. Yeah, our first and second first option wasn't always there. You're trying to wait for second and third options, and unfortunately, sometimes just didn't have those opportunities to get those guys the ball.
Take me through the 2 plays that the coach was critical of you on after the game. First was the Ingram interception where you threw behind him. He questioned your judgment on that play. Take me through what happened with you on that play.
Yeah, we just had him on just a little play action. Had him on a little over route. He's just real quick getting over there. He's fast getting over there. So he just came out a little bit flatter than I anticipated, and so I thought I could put it on him. But Obviously the ball was a little behind him, and he tried to go with one hand and got tipped up. So I got to make a better throw or better decision right there. If it's
Was
not
he the
clean.
right decision though? Was it the place you should have gone with the ball?
Yeah, he's my first read on that one, and if you think you can get him the ball, you get it to him. If not, there was a window there. He just got over there a little faster than I thought he would. I thought I could put it in, kind of put it in the window, and so obviously if it's if it's behind him, it's a poor throw, or it could be a poor decision because you're throwing behind him because the window wasn't there. So I just got to. Unfortunate, especially after our defense gets us a turnover, to turn the ball over the next play. We just got to, Evan and I, got to work on that and get better on that route and make sure we complete that next time.
The other one was the one on the goal line on 4th down where you didn't get the play off with the play clock.
Yeah, obviously that's on me. Play clock's always on the quarterback. If you see it running down, call a timeout and go to the sideline and make sure you got a right play, especially on a 4th down, right there in a critical moment. So, just took a little while. They kind of had their, showing blitz, and I was just trying to figure out if I had to, change the play and get to another play or not. And, just took, always on a 4th down, it's going to take a little time to, you're deciding whether you're, go forward or kick it. And so I just got to, call the timeout or get the ball snapped and don't get in that situation, taking a penalty right there.
Did you utilize Beckham? He played 33 snaps last night. Did you utilize Beckham more as a decoy last night, or were you looking to get him the ball where he could make some plays, or did you know he'd be limited trying to make plays and you wanted to use him more as just a decoy to take some double teams and try and go elsewhere?
No, I think we're using him to try to get him the ball, and so that's. That's part of it. So if you can, if you have the opportunity to get him the ball, you got the right matchup, you go to him. And, I thought he did some good things and obviously he has not practiced much the last few weeks. So we just got to get back where, we can practice and get on the same, timing and make sure we're where we need to be. In our preparation, so he knows the routes. I thought he, made some nice plays, did some good things, and we got to keep working and get everybody dialed in.
Listen, the Marshall drop we all know that was just a flat drop. How about the Ingram play? I thought you hit him in the hands. I thought that ball's got to be caught. Do you feel that's a tough catch where you put it? With the defenders there, or do you think that ball's got to be caught? The one down the left sideline where Ingram was inside the 5 and it kind of got knocked away.
Yeah, tough situation there. I think he, I don't think he saw that defender in front of him. The guy just kind of gave him a good hit right there and jarred it loose. So, one of those deals you kind of hope he can make the play, but that's football. Sometimes, hey, you get hit, you get hit the right way. And this guy may put a helmet right on the ball and pops out. So, it would have been nice to get that one right there. It would have been a big play for us.
He lined up in the backfield, and you got him for a touchdown. He obviously can get down the field for you. How about him as a weapon going forward?
Yeah, I thought Evan did some good things, and he had a nice 3rd down conversion on the scoring drive on about a 3rd and 6 or 7. Hit him on an out route, and had the touchdown. Had a couple nice other. Plays. So I think he's doing some good things, and we just got to keep him in the mix and find ways to give him the ball.
After the game, Eli, and this has come up a couple of times, and I don't think after all these years any of this ever affects you, but I heard it today a lot from the fans. A lot of the fans thinking that the coach is singling you out for criticism and that may bother you. You want to comment on that? Because he seemed to mention you and nobody else. Is that basically he knows he can do that, or is that something that you care about or you're not worried about?
No, hey, you lose games. You only score 10 points. You deserve some criticism, and hey, it's. For me, I know, you can control what you can control, and I got to I can make some plays. I can do some things better, for sure. And obviously, I had an interception. I had, so I just got to keep, I'm going to keep fighting. I know, Coach McAdoo knows I can handle it. That's part of playing quarterback. You got to be tough, and you got to be able to take criticism and take coaching and learn from it, get better from it. And, you can't be sensitive in this field. You're a quarterback in the NFL. There's going to be tough days, and there's going to be tough times, and you can't be, you got to be able to handle the fire on game day and afterwards, and that's just part of the deal.
This team, last year's team goes to the playoffs. This year, you added a couple of weapons, the tight ends, Marshall. We knew the offensive line had to come together, and it hasn't yet. But I got to say, I, for one, am surprised by the team's play the first two games and how, you guys usually are in every game. These two games, 24-10, 19-3. I'm surprised. Are you surprised by how poorly you guys have played for two games?
Yeah, I am surprised. I know we can play better. I know we will play better. We just got to, I think we got to find, from an offensive standpoint, we got to, we haven't found our identity. We haven't found exactly our best style of playing. And I think we got to make sure our playmakers are getting touches, that our playmakers are making plays that they need to make, and we're utilizing all the guys that we have. And so I think we got to find ways to be sharper and to execute better, and just go out there and get into a rhythm. We got to find ways to start faster and get into a rhythm and stay in it.
What can you do with your experience and your position? What can you do to make life better? I mean, obviously get rid of the ball quickly, but what else can you do? I mean, is there things you can do mentally and emotionally to make things easier on your offensive linemen who are struggling?
Well, I think you got to do a good job of I got to make sure they know I got confidence in them and I trust them. I know they're going to compete their tails off, and obviously we're going against a talented group this week, so I got to make sure they're dialed in and at their best and ready to go compete. And hey, the fact of the matter is there's going to be more sacks this year. They're going to happen. That's part of football. And you can't let one lead to another. Hey, you give up a sack, so be it. You go on the next play, don't do it again, and just keep fighting. And so that's what we got to do up front, and everybody. It's a matter of everybody doing their part. And I gotta help the offensive line. Receivers got to help the offensive line, and vice versa. Offensive line's got to help. Help me, help the receivers. It's a team, and we got to help out the defense, and we got to put everything together and find a way to win and play as a team.
2 weeks in the NFL, when you don't win, it feels like you're never going to win again. I mean, coaches always say that. It just feels like it's been forever into last season and this year, and now a couple of weeks in. Now you got 2 back-to-back games on the road against dangerous opponents. A good challenge for your team right now, which knows that it's got to stop right now for this team right here if you have the aspirations to go into the postseason this year.
Yeah, we got to get on track, and you can't wait too long. And so obviously there's a huge short week in the division on the road, and going against a good team. So we got to bounce back quickly. Have a great preparation. Make sure everybody's mentally where they need to be. We're going to have great practices, and then we got to put it on. Go do it on game day.
Anything you'd like to see this offense do differently?
I think it's it's not differently. We just got to get off to a better start, and we we got to get into rhythm, got to run the ball, got to get some completions, and just kind of let's use our skills and the guys that get the playmakers, get the ball in their hands, and let them go to work.
All right, listen, thanks for the time. Appreciate it. Good luck. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks very much.
All right, Mike. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Eli. All right, so Eli Manning, as you hear, listen, one thing you know, and having been through this with this guy for all these years, and I've known him since the day he got here, nothing from the coach is going to bother him. So for those of you who think, oh, he's singling out Eli, he knows what guys he can go after and what guys he has to be handled with kid gloves. Right now he's trying to encourage Flowers so he doesn't pick on him. He knows Eli can handle the brunt of it. Nothing's going to shake Eli Manning. Eli Manning's been playing this sport since he was a kid. He's played it forever. He's a 2-time Super Bowl winner. He is a guy who has accomplished everything he can accomplish in the sport. Nothing's going to bother him. That's not the issue. He needs some protection. He'll get the ball out there. He'll make mistakes. Eli's always made mistakes. But he will also make good deep throws. That ball to Marshall's got to be caught. That's a big play. That ball to Ingram, in my mind's got to be caught. That's a touchdown. There's been too many of those. This team's got to get on a sync. And I think Eli hit on it where he said they need immediate, in-game, early success. That's what this offense needs right now. They need to put Philly back on their heels and not be on the chase early where Philly is putting them on their heels. That's the key to this game. They need a game where they come out and they're clicking, and all of a sudden the offense is working, and all of a sudden they're making some plays, and they're getting some runs, and they're 2nd and 2, and they can kind of call some shots here. That's what has to happen, and if it doesn't, they're going to dig themselves a hole that they can't get out of, and Listen, there's a sense of urgency now with the Giants. You don't want to hear that it's early. It's not early now if you're thinking playoffs and you're 0-2. Because if it's 0-4, you won't be going to the playoffs. That might sound like a strong statement. It's not. It's not. Because you basically got to go in and win 10 out of 12 games in this league against a tough schedule. That is too hard to do if you go 0-4. That is a very hard chore. And what happens is at 0-4, little things become big things. Little scratches become festering wounds. You cannot have that happen to your team. Your team will unravel between losses 3 and 4. They have got to stop the bleeding